All right, folks, another critical update as we have just got this breaking in the past couple hours. The SEC completely folding their case against Binance. They had said that over 10 different assets were crypto asset securities. Now they are completely capitulating, caving in, and folding that case, now requesting that the judge doesn't issue a ruling on these tokens. Now we got response from Tyler Winklevoss, Brad Garlinghouse, Stuart Alderati, John Deaton, Crypto Law US. Let's break it down, folks. And at the same time, guess what? XRP's making a little move. Don't call it a pump just yet. Don't get too excited just yet. As I dropped in the video this morning, XRP ready to make an explosive move soon. We haven't broken free yet, but we're back up to this level that we've tested a few times now. Looking to see, we're about to get a deciding moment here in the XRP price chart, I believe. So let's watch this one right now. 63 cents. We made it all the way up to nearly 64 cents. And this is basically to the same level that we went back to once again on the 17th of this month. 17th and 18th, we're on the daily chart here. And then we did it once again last week on Wednesday, the 24th, back up above 63.5 cents. All while what's happening with Bitcoin? Uh-oh, some red candles on this chart. That's not looking so good. How's Ethereum doing? Hanging in there, 13% drop after the ETF went live as expected. Holding in for now. I think that there's more downside coming. But for XRP, that's a solid looking chart, ready to make a decisive move here soon. We'll keep you updated on that one. So here's the situation, guys. Russia just went live. Russian lawmakers passing bill allowing businesses to use Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in international trade, by Reuters reporting on this one. So they are going live, going to be allowing companies and institutions and banks and businesses to use cryptocurrency for international trade. So we're going to have to dive in, see how, free this is going to be, if there's stipulations, if there's certain things that they're allowed to do. But the important thing to recognize is that the sanctioned entities in Russia, I'm going to talk about this in a separate video about, basically the possibility of Ripple to be partnered up with any institutions in Russia. And for XRP to be used in Russia, we know that XRP is decentralized, permissionless, open source. So there is the potential for people to fire up nodes in Russia. There is the potential for people to own XRP in Russia. And there definitely is the potential for these institutions and banks and payment providing companies, to partner up with Ripple. That's definitely there. The sanctioned entities are mostly the oligarchs and obviously the Russian government, right? And some of the government officials. So it's not like, Russia is completely off. Now, most entities are not doing business with Russia, and maybe Ripple is not going to pursue any sort of business dealings with Russian institutions. But of course, what is the best solution for conducting international trade and getting tapped in with a network? Well, it would be partnering up. And this is where Ripple and the XRP ledger, XRP being that neutral bridge currency, can really bridge the gap between the Western financial world and the Eastern Russian BRICS, the groups that are not trusting themselves, but they definitely are trying to get away from the US dollar. The problem being is that they've been yet to find a common neutral bridge currency for settlement that they can use. Obviously, we've been making the case that XRP is great. We've seen that the Central Bank of Russia and Russia's oldest bank there, they've talked about the success of XRP and how Ripple's network could be the basis for a new financial system. So more on that later, but while the SEC is here back playing games in the United States, over there in Russia, we have their parliament voting to fire up crypto for international trade. Massive, massive news. Continuing on, folks, here it is. According to the SEC, this removes the need to issue a ruling as to the sufficiency of the allegations as to those tokens at this time. This means that the government agency no longer asks the court to decide whether the affected tokens are securities. They are completely caving in, capitulating, and folding their case. Tyler Winklevoss. All of a sudden, the SEC is no longer trying to classify 10 tokens, including Solana, Cardano, Matic, Filecoin, Atom, Sand, Mana, Algo, AXS, and Cody as securities. They're amending their case against Binance. This is the Binance case, to remove this allegation so that the court won't rule on it. Thank you, Donald Trump. Now, I already dropped a video talking about, can Trump remove Gensler? Well, He can for malfeasance, for being inefficient, and for not having a faithful allegiance to the law, which is exactly what we've seen here time and time again. They filed this case. They make this case that these 10 assets are all crypto asset securities, a new term that they created. And then they try to go about here with Operation Choke Point until the courts finally step in. And when they get the signal that the court's not going to side with them, well, then they back out of their case. But this is nothing new for this SEC under this current chair, Gary Gensler. Because remember what happened in the Debtbox case, guys. Debtbox challenges the SEC's attempt to dismiss the crypto case. When the SEC got caught lying, their lawyers completely fabricated and falsified information in this case. Then they try to get it dismissed. This is embarrassing. But Debtbox is asking a federal judge to deny the SEC Commission's recent motion to dismiss his case against the cryptocurrency project. The company argued that the federal agency is attempting to cover up gross misconduct. And like we said, this is where the judge actually did sanction these lawyers. And so, once again, they get caught, they try to drop their case. They want to dismiss it, right? And they get caught falsifying information. This is not just like stretching the truth, trying to make a case. They literally were lying to the courts in this particular case. In this Binance case, they get the signal that, things aren't in their favor. Obviously, Donald Trump speaking on this has applied some pressure. Other politicians from both sides of the aisle, right? This is Republicans and Democrats coming together. They want crypto regulations. And now the SEC backs off and says, oh, wait, never mind. We're going to fold that hand. Yeah. The damages are massive, not just to the XRP community, to the entire crypto industry. And if it wasn't for the XRP community and Ripple and their legal assassins and John Deaton and the fight that we've put up on behalf of the entire space, we wouldn't be this far along. It's just a simple fact. We would not be this far along as far as applying pressure to the SEC. Now, this is Brad Garlinghouse's response right here. More evidence of the SEC hypocrisy. Chair Gensler testifies the rules are clear, yet his SEC can't figure them out and applies them haphazardly, festering more industry confusion. A political agenda and or bad faith litigation tactics, definitely not a faithful allegiance to the law. Absolutely over the target and spot on. Stuart Alderati, Chief Legal Officer of Ripple. When a judge signals BS on the SEC's claim that 10 tokens on Binance are securities, the SEC says, never mind. But these tokens are left out to dry in the Coinbase suit. This isn't how to regulate. So now this is interesting. As Stuart Alderati rightfully points out here, you still have many of these tokens like Solana, Matic, Cardano, and a few of those that are included in the Coinbase lawsuit that's still going on. So although they've been dropped in this Binance lawsuit, we still have the Coinbase lawsuit where these are still being alleged as securities. And so once again, yeah, the SEC's given up this case, but they've got so many different battles now. And really, they've spread themselves too thin. And they're making an argument that's a stretch, and it's not a faithful allegiance to the law. They're getting exposed in the whole process. But of course, they're using taxpayer money, so you can just afford to file lawsuits here, there, in multiple different jurisdictions. If it's not going your way, you try to dismiss the case, try to drop it. Please don't rule on this, judge. Please, no, judge, forget about it. We don't need an answer on that. No, we like the ambiguity. We like having no clarity. We like having the cloud over the United States of America while our competitors are absolutely eating up this industry. And companies like Ripple that would be expanding here in the United States are forced to do most of their hiring outside of this country. And investment dollars are being driven outside of this country. Where is the opportunity in America? You would almost ask yourself, it's like, gee, are they really trying to destroy American capitalism and the opportunity that we once had? If I didn't know any better, that's what you would think. And you guys know how I feel about that. The damages are absolutely massive. And we're about to see XRP break out of it. That's the beautiful thing, guys. I talked about it in this morning's video, XRP signaling an explosive move coming soon. We got the Bollinger Bands that are tighter than they were before we made the 60,000% pump in 2017. The consolidation before that pump is twice as long now. It was 3 years before the 2017 pump. The consolidation that we've been in now is over 6.5 years. Longer consolidation, tighter on the Bollinger Bands, and on the upside, well, it's a conservative double digits for me. But I want to show you this TA that I came across because I think that this guy's making an important point. about having to see more data before we can really bring in those top high-end targets for where XRP is going to go. We need more information and more data as we go back up in price, right? And I think he makes some interesting points right here. This is Dr. Magic on X. Many of you are asking for my target on XRP. The answer is it depends. If I am right and alts lead the next leg up, it will be the nail in the coffin for it's 2017 again. And that's what many people are suggesting, right? Is that this is a repeat of 2017. And there are many signals and indicators that are right back to where we were at in 2017. And I will be looking for two tops. The second one will be determined by the first one. My point is it's too soon to speak about the final target. Need more data for that, and I will update when it's time. For the impatient of you, my best guess is we see double-digit XRP, and that target will be $26.50 will be tagged. So Dr. Magic on X here, giving us a target of 26.5, his initial. But the thing is, he says that we need to see the first pump, basically wherever the first pump takes us, and the data, that we'll be able to input into our technical analysis at that point will, kind of decide and determine where we can end up for the final rally, right? So he's shown some Fibonacci levels here, similar to what we did. We went up to the 1618, which is, closer to the $20-$30 range, right below $35 there. So this is where he's coming up with that 26.5. But even if we didn't get that big of a move, right, you're looking at these conservative levels can take us up to, $3.5, $8 and beyond easily. But we got to see where this first pump takes us. I mean, look at this. We went up. You can see right here, all the way up. We were at less than 1 penny before it went up here to this level of 3.5, upwards of about 8 cents, 6-7 cents. But that was the first stop. The first real pump to the 1618 originally took us up to about 35 cents, should say. So there's a pump up to 5-6 cents, pullback. Then it took us up to 30 cents or so, and then it was the final blast off above $3. So we need to see that data on the way up. How far do our first initial pumps take us to determine where we're going to finish up this bull run? But folks, it's primed. It's absolutely looking fantastic right now. Here's a final look at the chart. 63 cents for XRP as I'm recording this. The SEC completely folding cases. We have a competitive advantage this bull run, as I've said, with the legal clarity, with institutions ready to use XRP after this case concludes. And that's an inevitability, right? It's not a matter of if, will this happen, maybe. No, we know the case is set to end soon. And I've always said, many people have also speculated that we're going to see the pump start to run up before that news gets released. As always, there's always some insiders that get in on the action. So can we start to see XRP actually run before the not a settlement? I don't believe that we're going to get a settlement at this point, but before the case concludes, that's probably in the cards, right? And then from there, we'll have more data to base how far, how high will we stretch this bull run. I'm here for it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's about preparing now, mentally, emotionally, and financially, legally as well, setting up our entities, setting up our trust, whatever you are going to be doing here to protect your wealth and then to move it into the next investment opportunity. It's time to prepare now. The charts are telling us it's inevitable. The fundamentals are telling us that it's explosive. And the psychology is telling us that it's going to be violent with some big pullbacks along the way, as a lot of people are going to want to exit. So prepare yourself now. It's coming. If you guys appreciate this update, if you guys appreciate defeating the SEC, make sure you smash that thumbs up, because folks, it's another day to celebrate in the cryptocurrency industry. We are winning. We will not relent. We're not going to back down. We're directly over the target, and the damages are massive. The rewards finally coming through. I'm here for it. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you're new here. And all of my community resources can be found at zachrector.com. Your support means the world to me, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.